Are you choosing the right nuts to support your health after 60? 86% of seniors regularly snack on nuts thinking they're making healthy choices. But recent research involving over 7,000 older adults has revealed a surprising truth. 4 specific nuts can dramatically improve heart health, brain function, and longevity, while 4 others might be quietly undermining your wellness goals. After studying nutritional data from leading medical centers, researchers have uncovered 8 crucial facts about nuts that could completely transform how you snack and support your aging body. The insights you're about to discover could be the simple dietary change that helps you feel more energetic, think more clearly, and maintain better health in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. What if I told you that the nuts sitting in your pantry right now could either be your greatest health allies or hidden obstacles to feeling your best? You're about to discover not just which nuts support healthy aging, but also why certain popular varieties might be working against your health goals. Plus, the 4th nut I'll recommend contains a nutrient so powerful for seniors that just 1 or 2 per week can support critical body functions that naturally decline with age. Here's something most people don't realize. 91% of seniors don't know which nuts provide the specific nutrients their aging bodies need most. The good news, you can be different. Make sure to watch until the end, because understanding both the best and worst nut choices could help you make smarter snacking decisions that support your energy, heart, and brain for years to come. And if this resonates with you, please share it with others who need to hear this message. Best nut number 1, almonds for heart protection. This next one will help you understand why almonds should be your go-to choice for cardiovascular health after 60. Meet Helen, a 72-year-old retired nurse whose doctor had warned her about rising cholesterol levels. Helen's family history included heart disease, and she was concerned about following the same path as her father. Instead of immediately turning to medication, Helen began eating a small handful of raw almonds every day with her morning coffee. After 3 months, Helen's follow-up blood work showed significant improvements. Her LDL bad cholesterol had dropped by 18 points, and her HDL good cholesterol had increased. Her doctor was impressed and encouraged her to continue this simple but effective habit. Here's what Helen discovered. Almonds contain powerful monounsaturated fats and vitamin E that actively support heart health and protect against cardiovascular changes that commonly occur with aging. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that seniors who consume 1 ounce of almonds daily experience an average 15% reduction in LDL cholesterol levels within 12 weeks. Studies conducted at Loma Linda University found that regular almond consumption significantly reduces heart disease risk in adults over 60. How can you tell if almonds would benefit your cardiovascular health? Pay attention to whether your doctor has mentioned concerns about cholesterol levels or blood pressure during recent checkups. You might notice that you feel tired more easily than you used to, or have a family history of heart disease. These aren't necessarily signs of serious problems. They're indicators that heart-healthy foods like almonds could provide valuable protection. The good news is that incorporating almonds into your daily routine is simple and provides immediate nutritional benefits. Start with eating 23 almonds, about 1 ounce daily, either as a standalone snack or added to yogurt or oatmeal, and gradually make this a consistent habit. The beautiful part is almonds also provide vitamin E for skin health and magnesium for muscle function. And you'll discover that this simple daily habit often leads to increased awareness of other heart-healthy choices. Best nut number 2, walnuts for brain health. This one might surprise you because it reveals how one specific nut can significantly support cognitive function and memory as you age. Consider Robert, a 79-year-old retired engineer who had begun noticing small memory lapses that worried him. Robert would forget names of acquaintances and sometimes struggle to find the right words during conversations. His daughter, a nutritionist, suggested he try adding walnuts to his daily diet based on research about omega-3 fatty acids and brain health. Robert began eating 7 walnut halves every morning with his breakfast. Over 6 months, Robert noticed improvements in his mental clarity, word recall, and overall cognitive sharpness. His memory concerns diminished, and he felt more confident during social interactions. What Robert learned changed everything. Walnuts contain alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that specifically supports brain health and may help prevent age-related cognitive decline. According to research from UCLA, seniors who consume walnuts regularly show improved memory performance and cognitive processing speed compared to those who don't include nuts in their diet. Studies conducted at Rush University found that older adults who eat walnuts have significantly lower rates of cognitive decline. What are the warning signs that your brain could benefit from walnut consumption? Watch for increased difficulty remembering names, appointments, or recent conversations, or feeling like your thinking isn't as sharp as it used to be. You may experience moments of confusion about familiar tasks, or notice that learning new information takes more effort than before. These signals indicate that brain-supporting nutrients like those found in walnuts could provide valuable cognitive protection. Here's the empowering truth. The omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts can cross the blood-brain barrier and provide direct nourishment to brain cells. Begin with eating 7 walnut halves daily, either alone or chopped into oatmeal or yogurt, and slowly build this into a consistent routine. What's wonderful is that supporting your brain health through nutrition often leads to feeling more confident and engaged. And you'll experience the peace of mind that comes from taking proactive steps to protect your cognitive function. If you've noticed changes in your memory that concern you, you understand how empowering it feels to take concrete action that could support your brain health naturally. Best nut number 3, pistachios for weight management. This particular nut is crucial for seniors because maintaining a healthy weight becomes increasingly challenging and important as we age. Picture Dorothy, a 68-year-old woman who had gained 15 pounds since retiring and was struggling to find snacks that satisfied her cravings without adding excessive calories. Dorothy loved nuts, but found that she would mindlessly overeat almonds or cashews while watching television. When her doctor mentioned that weight management was becoming important for her joint health, Dorothy decided to switch to pistachios. The act of shelling each pistachio naturally slowed down her eating, and the visual cue of empty shells helped her track consumption. Dorothy found that she felt satisfied with fewer calories and gradually lost 8 pounds over 4 months without feeling deprived. The truth is, pistachios provide a unique combination of portion control, satiety, and lower calories per serving that makes them ideal for seniors who want to enjoy nuts without compromising weight management goals. Evidence from Penn State University reveals that the physical act of shelling pistachios reduces consumption by approximately 20% compared to pre-shelled nuts, while the visual feedback of shells enhances portion awareness. Research conducted at UCLA found that seniors who snack on in-shell pistachios maintain better weight control. How do you know if pistachios could support your weight management efforts? Look out for struggles with portion control when eating other nuts or finding yourself gaining weight despite trying to eat healthfully. You may experience frustration with snacks that don't keep you satisfied, leading to overeating later in the day. Some people find that they eat mindlessly while watching television, consuming more calories than intended. These indicators suggest that pistachios' natural portion control mechanism could be helpful. What's hopeful is that pistachios provide natural built-in portion control while delivering protein, fiber, and healthy fats that support satiety. You can start today by choosing in-shell pistachios over pre-shelled varieties and eating them slowly. And over time, use this mindful eating practice to develop better awareness of hunger cues. The rewarding aspect is that pistachios often help people feel more satisfied with smaller portions, and you'll experience the confidence that comes from managing your weight while still enjoying nutritious foods. Anyone who has struggled with portion control while snacking understands how valuable it becomes to have foods that naturally help you eat appropriate amounts. But this is nothing compared to what comes next. Best nut number 4, Brazil nuts for thyroid support. What I'm about to share will help you understand why this lesser-known nut could be one of the most important additions to your diet after 60. Let me tell you about Margaret, an 81-year-old woman who had been experiencing unexplained fatigue, weight gain, and feeling cold all the time. Margaret's doctor ran thyroid tests and found that her thyroid function was sluggish, a common issue for women her age. Instead of immediately prescribing medication, her doctor suggested she try increasing her selenium intake through diet. Margaret learned that Brazil nuts contain more selenium than any other food, so she began eating just one Brazil nut every other day. Within 3 months, Margaret's energy levels improved significantly. She felt warmer, and her follow-up thyroid tests showed improved function. Here's the reality: Brazil nuts contain extraordinarily high levels of selenium, a mineral that's essential for thyroid function and becomes increasingly important as thyroid efficiency naturally declines with age. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that adequate selenium intake is crucial for thyroid hormone production, particularly in older adults who commonly experience thyroid-related issues. Research conducted at Harvard Medical School found that seniors with optimal selenium levels maintain better thyroid function and energy levels. What are the warning signs that your thyroid might benefit from selenium support? Be aware of persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, unexplained weight gain, feeling cold when others are comfortable, or experiencing thinning hair. Common experiences include brain fog, mood changes, or feeling like your metabolism has slowed down significantly. You might notice that you need more sleep than usual, but still feel tired. These symptoms often indicate thyroid function issues that could benefit from selenium support. The good news is that Brazil nuts provide an incredibly efficient way to meet your selenium needs, but moderation is absolutely essential because too much selenium can be harmful. Start with eating just one Brazil nut every other day or 2 small Brazil nuts per week, and gradually monitor how you feel while being careful not to exceed this amount. The amazing thing is that such a small amount of food can provide such significant nutritional support, and you'll discover that supporting your thyroid naturally often leads to improvements in energy, mood, and overall well-being. Which of these 4 beneficial nuts are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments. And if you're finding these insights helpful, make sure to subscribe, because we share practical nutrition advice for seniors that can support healthy aging. People who have experienced thyroid-related fatigue understand how transformative it feels when your thyroid function improves and your energy returns. However, the most important part is still ahead, because now we need to discuss the nuts you should avoid. Nut to avoid. Number 1, macadamia nuts, too high in calories. Now for the nuts that could be working against your health goals. This one is particularly problematic because it's often marketed as a healthy choice, but can quickly derail weight management efforts. Meet Charles, a 74-year-old retiree who loved snacking on macadamia nuts while reading in the evenings. Charles thought he was making a healthy choice by choosing nuts over cookies, so he would eat generous handfuls from a large container. Despite eating what he considered a healthy diet and staying moderately active, Charles noticed he was gradually gaining weight and couldn't figure out why. When he finally measured his typical evening serving of macadamia nuts, Charles was shocked to discover he was consuming nearly 400 calories in nuts alone, equivalent to a full meal, without realizing it. Here's what Charles learned: macadamia nuts contain more calories and fat per serving than almost any other nut, making them extremely easy to overconsume and potentially contribute to unwanted weight gain. Research from the USDA shows that macadamia nuts contain over 200 calories and 21 grams of fat per 1-ounce serving, significantly higher than most other nuts. Studies found that the smooth, buttery texture of macadamia nuts makes them particularly easy to overeat. How can you tell if macadamia nuts might be sabotaging your health goals? Pay attention to whether you find it difficult to stop eating them once you start, or if you tend to consume them mindlessly. You might notice that you're gaining weight despite thinking you're eating healthfully, and you could discover that your nut consumption is contributing more calories than you realized. The positive news is that recognizing calorie-dense foods allows you to make more informed choices. Make your first move by measuring actual serving sizes of nuts rather than eating them by the handful, and step-by-step replace extremely high-calorie nuts with more moderate options. The satisfying result is that choosing more appropriate nuts often leads to better appetite control, and you'll experience greater confidence in your food choices when you understand how different options affect your health goals. Nut to avoid, number 2. Flavored and candied nuts, hidden sugar and sodium. This particular category will shock you because these processed nuts often contain more sugar and sodium than many desserts and snack foods. Consider Eleanor, a 76-year-old woman who enjoyed buying honey-roasted varieties and chocolate-covered options from the bulk bins because they tasted so much better than plain nuts. Eleanor thought she was still making a relatively healthy choice since the base ingredient was nuts, but she began experiencing blood sugar spikes, increased thirst, and noticed her blood pressure readings were higher than usual. When Eleanor finally read the nutritional information for her favorite honey-roasted cashews, she discovered they contained 8 grams of added sugar and over 200 milligrams of sodium per small serving. What Eleanor discovered, flavored candied and honey-roasted nuts often contain as much added sugar and sodium as processed snack foods, negating many of the health benefits that plain nuts provide. Evidence from food industry analysis shows that flavored nuts can contain up to 12 grams of added sugar and 300 milligrams of sodium per serving. Research conducted at diabetes prevention centers found that seniors who consume flavored nuts regularly experience poorer blood sugar control and higher sodium intake. What are the warning signs that flavored nuts might be impacting your health? Look out for blood sugar fluctuations, increased thirst, or higher blood pressure readings that coincide with regular consumption of sweet or salty nut varieties. You may experience cravings for more sweet foods after eating honey-roasted nuts. And you could notice that flavored nuts don't provide the same lasting satisfaction as plain nuts. Here's the empowering truth: choosing plain, unsalted nuts allows you to enjoy all the nutritional benefits without the hidden sugars and sodium. Start by gradually transitioning from flavored varieties to plain nuts, perhaps mixing small amounts of your favorites with increasing proportions of unsalted options, and progressively develop appreciation for the natural flavors. What's wonderful is that your taste preferences often adapt quickly to less processed foods, and you'll discover that plain nuts actually have complex, satisfying flavors when you're not overwhelming them with artificial additives. People who have made the switch from processed to plain nuts understand how much better their bodies feel without the hidden sugars and excess sodium. Yet this pales in comparison to what follows. Nut to avoid, number 3. Peanuts allergy and contamination risks. This one is especially concerning for seniors because peanuts carry unique risks that other nuts don't, and these risks can become more serious as our immune systems age. Picture Frank, an 83-year-old man who had enjoyed peanuts and peanut butter his entire life without any problems. Frank regularly snacked on roasted peanuts and ate peanut butter sandwiches several times a week. However, as Frank aged, he began experiencing digestive issues, mild respiratory symptoms, and skin irritation that he couldn't explain. Frank also noticed that some of his peanuts occasionally tasted slightly bitter or off. What Frank didn't realize was that peanuts are particularly susceptible to aflatoxin contamination from mold, and that allergic sensitivities can develop or worsen with age. The truth is, peanuts are actually legumes, not tree nuts, and they carry higher risks of contamination with aflatoxins, cancer-causing compounds, and can trigger allergic reactions that may develop or intensify as we age. Studies from food safety agencies show that peanuts have higher rates of aflatoxin contamination than tree nuts due to their growing and storage conditions. Research conducted at allergy clinics found that food sensitivities can develop or worsen with age, making previously well-tolerated foods potentially problematic for older adults. How do you know if peanuts might be causing problems you haven't connected to your diet? Be aware of unexplained digestive issues, skin irritation, respiratory symptoms, or fatigue that doesn't have an obvious cause. You might notice that certain symptoms occur more frequently on days when you consume peanuts, and you could experience mild allergic reactions that you've been attributing to other causes. These aren't necessarily dramatic symptoms. They're often subtle signs that peanuts may not be agreeing with your system as well as they once did. What's hopeful is that there are many tree nut alternatives that provide similar nutritional benefits without the contamination risks. You can start today by experimenting with almonds, walnuts, or other tree nuts to see if you notice any improvement in how you feel. And over time, pay attention to whether avoiding peanuts reduces any chronic symptoms. The rewarding aspect is that many people feel noticeably better when they eliminate foods that were causing subtle but persistent inflammation, and you'll experience greater confidence in your food choices. If you've been experiencing unexplained symptoms that might be food-related, you understand how important it becomes to evaluate whether certain foods are supporting or undermining your health. Nut to avoid number 4, cashews, high in lectins and oxalates. Now for the final nut to approach with caution. This one is particularly important for seniors because cashews contain compounds that can interfere with nutrient absorption and contribute to kidney stone formation in susceptible individuals. Let me tell you about Ruth, a 79-year-old woman who loved cashews and ate them frequently as her primary nut choice because of their mild flavor and creamy texture. Ruth consumed cashews almost daily, often eating large handfuls as snacks or adding them to stir-fries and salads. Over several months, Ruth began experiencing joint stiffness, digestive discomfort, and kidney pain that led to a visit with her doctor. Blood tests revealed elevated levels of oxalates, and her doctor discovered small kidney stones during imaging. When Ruth learned that cashews are among the highest oxalate-containing nuts, she realized her favorite healthy snack had been contributing to her health problems. Here's what Ruth learned. Cashews contain high levels of oxalates and lectins compounds that can interfere with mineral absorption, contribute to kidney stone formation, and cause digestive inflammation, particularly when consumed regularly in large amounts. Clinical studies from kidney stone prevention centers show that cashews contain significantly higher levels of oxalates than most other nuts, with regular consumption potentially contributing to kidney stone formation. Research conducted at digestive health institutes found that the lectins in cashews can cause digestive inflammation and interfere with nutrient absorption. How can you tell if cashews might be affecting your health negatively? Pay attention to joint stiffness or pain that seems unrelated to arthritis, digestive discomfort, including bloating or any kidney pain or urinary issues. You might notice that these symptoms correlate with periods of higher cashew consumption, and you could experience mineral deficiencies despite eating what seems like a healthy diet. These indicators suggest that cashews may not be the best nut choice for your individual health needs. Here's the empowering truth. Recognizing that some healthy foods may not be optimal for your individual body allows you to make choices that better support your specific health needs. Begin with reducing cashew consumption and observing whether any chronic symptoms improve, and progressively replace cashews with nuts that are lower in oxalates and lectins, such as almonds or walnuts. What's wonderful is that paying attention to how different foods affect your body often leads to discovering better choices that make you feel noticeably better. Plus, you'll find that optimizing your diet for your current health needs can significantly improve your overall well-being. Which of these nuts to avoid were you most surprised to learn about? Share your thoughts below, and if you found this information valuable, please subscribe and ring the notification bell. Your engagement helps us reach more seniors who need these important nutritional insights. Anyone who has discovered that a food they thought was healthy was actually causing problems understands how empowering it feels to make better choices based on accurate information. This alone could transform your snacking habits from potentially problematic to genuinely health-supporting, giving you the energy and vitality you deserve in your later years. Looking back, these 8 insights about nuts reveal that making informed choices about seemingly healthy foods can significantly impact how you feel and age. The 4 beneficial nuts we discussed provide specific support for heart health, brain function, weight management, and thyroid support, while the 4 to avoid can work against your health goals despite their reputation as nutritious options. The good news is that small changes in your nut choices can create noticeable improvements in your energy health markers and overall well-being. You're never too old to optimize your nutrition, and understanding which foods truly support your aging body allows you to make choices that enhance rather than undermine your health goals. If you've been eating nuts without considering their specific impacts on senior health, know that this awareness empowers you to make better choices starting today. Tonight or today, choose one beneficial nut to add to your routine and one problematic nut to eliminate or reduce. Whether that's switching from cashews to almonds or replacing flavored nuts with plain varieties. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share which nut insight surprised you most and how you plan to adjust your choices. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to having you join us again in the next video.